Milwaukee. You guys are like, yeah, we're Milwaukee when the Bucks and Brewers are winning. But you're like, there's a protest. We're like, fuck it, we're Brookfield. No. You suburbanites just turn the lights off. Like, people are in masks. They'll pass over like it's Halloween, right? Fucking A. I love the early show. I love early show energy. Somebody wooed like they were a siren. They're like, woo, like that. Yeah. You know who you were. I heard it backstage and I started laughing immediately. I'm like, I was nervous cheering. I'll tell you this, I don't like the late show. Those people are animals. You guys got shit to do tomorrow, right? A lot of homeowners at the early show. Like, we're gonna have some drinks, and like, I gotta do yard work tomorrow. Like, a lot of renters at the late show. A lot of those people, that is it. They're gonna listen to me, they're gonna have some drinks, they're gonna black out, they're gonna go home, fuck on the second floor, too long, too loud, with nothing to show for it, right? It's gonna sound like that date is just putting together IKEA upstairs. It's just, damn it. And they're like, turn it over. And it's like, well, you can help, you know? Like, that's what it sounds like. And no one comes, right? You guys feeling good without being out in public? No masks, right? Hell yeah, that's fun, right? Like, I don't know, that pandemic, like, holy, that sucked, right? Like, I got vaccinated the way you're supposed to, right? In a pharmacy that's been converted to a Boost Mobile vape shop, right? Like, by a certified, college-educated dental hygienist, right? This young lady, she was a Muslim woman. She was wearing a hijab. That was kind of, I was like, okay. I was like, you know what? I did every woke thing I'm supposed to. I think it's time I can say it. Trump was kind of funny, right? Like, I did all the right things. I didn't like him enough to vote for him, but sure, I guess I'm jacking cokes at me and toss a guy I like on Twitter once in a while. Like, I don't know, Twitter was kind of, this is the time that we need Donald Trump in the world, like, because Nicki Minaj she's like red pilled now. That's the best collaboration we could have, is Trump Minaj 2024, right? I don't know. I hate it. You guys carry your cards with you, your vaccine cards? You guys carrying them around? No, right? Yeah, you're like, yeah, no, I don't. You know why? Like, I feel like I look too much like the descendants of the Show Me Your Papers people to be carrying papers, right? Like, I look too German. Like, I'm grandfathered in, right? Or OPOD in, as they say in the motherland, right? Yes. Okay. There's only one group of people that should have to show their papers at all times, and it's the people who said they weren't getting the vaccine under any circumstances, but then the Wisconsin State Fair was like, we'll give you a cream puff. And they were like, all right, sold. Like, okay. Like, how bad could it be? Like, they went a year being like, I care about what goes into my body. My body's a temple. I care about it. And they're like, they're giving away fucking pastries. And they're like, how bad could that vaccine honestly be? It's like, then they ate that pastry, they care about what goes in their body, but they're eating a fucking cream puff while stepping over a pile of horse shit, right? Like, come on, kids. What they should have done is they should have given them the cream puff and the shot, but they also should have given them a blue ribbon and chained them to the floor, so we can see what a real pig looked like in West Dallas, Wisconsin, right? Like, I'm from there, I can say that, don't worry. I live in West Dallas. Stally up, baby. I don't know, West Dallas trash. That was the worst apocalypse. The worst apocalypse we could have had. That was not the apocalypse Hollywood sold us though last year, right? The pandemic. That wasn't what they told us was going to happen in like Planet of the Apes, or like The Walking Dead, or like Dawn of the Dead, or Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead. Like, no! The only ones who got it right were Shaun of the Dead, a fucking comedy from Britain. They're like, the world ended, but you're still coming to work on Monday. You're like, motherfucker, like, why? Why'd you do that to us? And that was the most vile thing to come out of the pandemic. It wasn't like the politics, and it wasn't like people just being in each other's throats or being locked into your homes. It was Zoom, right? That was the worst thing that could have ever come out of the pandemic. Zoom, right? Yeah, where your work was like, yeah, it's too deadly to go outside and come to work. Then they fucking FaceTime you the next day. What the hell is this? They're like, hey, what are you doing, bud? And I'm like, I'm wrapping a baseball bat in barbed wire because I'm going hunting. Like, what are you? And what are you doing? They're like, well, you ain't going hunting until after 5 p.m. because we got a code of conduct refresher. If you hung up on a Zoom call, you got a step 1 write-up at my work? Like, what the fuck was that? Like, the world ended, but you can still get write-ups? I'm hunting my boss now. That's what I'm doing. That's for you, Tom. Okay, don't dox people. Don't do that. Don't dox people here. I don't know. Like, it's like, you know what was even worse about that? Like, when you had to be on Zoom calls all day at work, you had to sneak off to your own bathroom in your own home to jerk off. From 9 to 5. Is nothing sacred anymore? You had to act like the world ended, but your mother-in-law was staying over from 9 to 5. And you couldn't take your phone with you because you're on a fucking Zoom call, so you had to go jerk off to the memories. Just spanking it to the hits like it's the fucking Stone Age. That's not what they told us was gonna happen. I don't know, I watched a lot of YouTube last year. I watched a YouTube channel called Soft White Underbelly. Anybody familiar with that one? No? One person, right? You know, this would be dark, right? You might want to bury your hands, your head in your hands, it's fine. For those that don't know, it's a photojournalist who interviews people who've led like fucked up lives, like drug addicts and like murderers and like St. Louis Cardinals fans, like just real fucked up people. And he asks them things like, he says like, how did you get this way? And it's always dad was mean, right? Like that's how they always got there. And there was one episode that I didn't even start watching because the title of it threw me for a loop. It said, former pedophile speaks. And I was like, former pedophile? Like, what, does this guy like retire or something? Because I don't know if you guys know about pedophiles, but they're like the one group of people who have never said, I'm getting too old for this, right? Like, being too old for this is how they became pedophiles. I think that guy was like a got caught pedophile, right? Like, he didn't want to stop those meddling kids. I don't know, we're all drinking here, this is fun, right? Like we're all drinking. I like drinking things. I like whiskey cokes. We got whiskey coke people in here, I call them brokebacks because they're sweet cowboys, you know, right? Just, topical. I drink those, I get confrontational when I drink whiskey cokes though a little bit. Like I was at a bar in New Berlin, and this is back in the day when like you could vape inside now because we didn't know how dangerous that was. And like this person was like vaping on the bar. Right? And like I was eating a burger because I get hungry when I drink my Sweet Cowboys, right? And the vape plumed over my burger, and I just like went like this. And this girl looks at me and just goes, hey, it's not real smoke, okay? It's not real smoke, it's not dangerous, so don't worry about it. And I could have been like, hey, look, that was in your mouth and in your lungs, you just breathed on my burger and that's gross. But all I heard her say was, that's not real smoke. So I looked at her and I just went, boop, 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 Wee. She goes, it's really fucking annoying. I'm like, but it's not a real car alarm, so like, don't worry about it. Pre-pandemic times, guys, am I right? Just breathe on people's shit and start fights in bars. That was... Man, one of my favorite things about the pandemic was when masks kind of started to become a lot like wearing a condom, you know? Like it was like every interaction you had with a stranger started off with you wearing one. But after a couple minutes, you're like, nah, we're all friends here, right? And you took it off. You took it off. You're like, it's 2 a.m. and we all got it, right? Like, is that... I don't know. It was hard for a long time though to communicate with people. Like my girlfriend and I, we go to a lot of classy places in West Dallas to eat. Like you gotta walk up to the counter and order your food. You know those kind of places like Five Guys and mostly only Five Guys, right? We go up there and they had plexiglass in front of the register, and it said when you get to the front of the line, please speak up. And we waited in line patiently, and we got to the front of the line, I cut in front of my girlfriend and I said, she fucking hits me. And the girl behind the counter was like, what? I'm like, gosh, she probably can't hear me because of this goddamn mask, right? So I took it off, and I was like, she fucking hits me! And she was like, you need to leave. And I'm like, god damn it, I can't win today. I was like, son of a bitch. My girlfriend and I, we don't fight a whole lot. Like, it's, She likes to try to be funny though. Like she's like, you're a comedian, you like to be funny, I'm gonna be funny. And we were at a place called the Vanguard in Bayview. It's an artisanal sausage place for any of the bigs in the audience. It's you just go there and tell them to throw cheese curds on a hot dog. They're like, artisanal, right? Like it's called Milwaukee style, by the way. But like you go there and they have like fun names for all their sausages. They have one called the Clemenza, and that's what I was getting this day. And we're waiting in line, and my girlfriend goes, "What are you gonna get?" I'm like, "I'm gonna get the Clemenza." And she goes, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Oh. It is Italian sausage served bunless over spiral cut noodles with arrabbiata sauce and arugula." And she looked at me and goes, "You can't even fucking spell arugula." And I was like, "Are you going to pay for your own dinner today?" Is this on old Drury cakes again, huh? Okay, there are people trying to get their sausages Milwaukee style, and we're having an impromptu spelling bee right now in front of all them. The line's out the door right now. Gula, arugula. I ain't even asking for the country of origin. Guy behind the counter goes, "What's the lady gonna get?" I'm like, "Fucking water, close me out, dude." All right, you guys ready to keep this show rolling?